Hello, my name is Sachin Shah. I'm a whistleblower against Albert Fried's securities violations and securities fraud, specifically related to pumping and dumping, front running, spoofing, trade manipulation, other fraud schemes in relation to enriching themselves. Albert Fried was acquired by TD Bank, TD Securities, January 1st, 2017 for $61.2 million. Now is renamed TD Prime Services. So this is 10 years ago. And so I'm posting this video because I'm still getting retaliated because I am pursuing my legal claims against them 10 years after the fact. So in total of 15 years, I've been retaliated against, but 10 years from the time that I have memorialized this securities violation. So I'm giving you the rundown of one example, SFXE. The reason why is because SFXE shareholders and investors lost tens of millions of dollars. The company filed for bankruptcy. It has nothing to do with Albert Fried, TD Securities, but the people that were told to buy the stock actually lost tens of millions of dollars because Albert Fried was engaging in pumping and dumping. So they acquired the shares beforehand. Rich Tulo was the director of research. He initiated coverage, as you can see here, June 30th, $11 price target. The stock was trading under $4. And so he is buying the shares in the house account, which is a prop account / hedge fund at Albert Fried. They manage their own money. And then he initiates coverage, that's the pump. And then when he sees an opportunity, he continues to pump it. When the stock moves higher, he dumps it. Nobody is the wiser. So he's basically selling his shares to the public who are actually thinking that they need to be buying the shares as he's pumping it. And then Albert Fried is dumping it. So I will also mention Anthony Kucinich, who was at the time the Chief Compliance Officer, Chief Operating Officer of Albert Fried. He's now still employed by TD Bank, TD Securities as Managing Director and the Director of TD Prime Services, which is the remaining entity of Albert Fried post-acquisition. And so he is actually trading. So you have a Chief Compliance Officer actually trading the dump portion of the pump and dump fraud scheme. So you can Google pump and dump fraud scheme. It's pretty clear. I have this in my legal filings, and you can see what's happening when I show you more evidence of this. So this video is just a summary. It's not all of the evidence, just FYI. So let me just go over some more details in this video. So you can see he's initiating coverage, but he's already bought the shares in the house account. He sends his email out, 40% upside, okay? So he sends us email, that's the first email, and then he continues, this is November, okay? And so he continues 385. So you can see he's saying $11, so that's the portion that he's expecting to pump. And so I just wanted to show you here.
Initiate coverage and
right? So just wanted to show you here that you have Mr. Fried, which is Albert Fried Jr., and that's Mr. Fried. He owned Albert Fried before he sold it. Anthony Kucinich, the Chief Compliance Officer, Chief Operating Officer, who actually traded the pump and dump, and then Ed Donnelly, the actual compliance officer. So everybody knew what was going on. They were participating in it, and then the cover-up. So here's another email that says there's a lowball offer. This is from February 25th, 2015. 475 is a lowball offer. And the reason why he's saying that is because his target price is $11 and he's pumping it, right? Because he's looking to sell it. So here's an audio. I'm just gonna skip to where he starts talking to Anthony Kucinich and actually telling him that we need to sell. Anthony Kucinich is telling him to take a profit and dump the shares that nobody knows that Albert Fried and Rich Tulo, the sell-side analyst, has recommended. So he's recommended a buy, but Anthony Kucinich is saying, let's sell this, lock in the profits, okay? And he's actually going to trade this. A Chief Compliance Officer, Anthony Kucinich, is looking to, he actually trades this. So you can see this here. First, look at the exchange.
SFX up on the day.
is it positive?
Yeah, it's
Shit,
up
we can
4
use
cents.
it. Good. Good. Did he come out and say that he bought a freaking shitload of stock? Your whole screen is green.
Yeah, the Fed minutes came out and the fucking market went up 200 points in 30 seconds. 17%. 17%. All down here. This last. Which was 386. I know, but it's still 7.
This is still 7 and 37. All right. Use a quarter low.
Yeah, use a quarter low.
Okay, so Anthony Kucinich leaves the room. He's going back at his desk to trade it, and he's now Rich Tulo is going to call him and say where we got executed. This is the dump portion of the pump and dump scheme.
Yeah,
So,
6,400 so far. Just waiting for a report back on the balance.
yeah, you should have sold the balance. This guy's buying them on the bid sides for real. He's been starting at 2,500, just fucking sucking the air out of it.
And we're done.
Good.
Average 27 cents, 27.07.
2707. So that's a stock report at 386. So that's like $5 grand on that. And hopefully we'll do better on the, hopefully, Silverman comes out, buy stock, and we're up another $1.
Yes, sir. Correct.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm just gonna pause that and put the next video, but I just want to let you know that this is just many of the actual pump and dump schemes that I've recorded, either on video form or audio, and this is what precipitated the Albert Fried to sell itself for one-time book. Okay, to TD Bank. Okay, so hold on a second. This is when he's bragging.
Doesn't go overnight with that's a lot of money go overnight, but you got
So she sent it over and you allocated it. And
That's me. So Ken is the Ken is the trader that works with, and he was terminated. So he was terminated from after the acquisition. So he was terminated after I had a meeting with the OSHA investigator. A few days later, he was moved and then terminated. So I mentioned his name to the OSHA investigator during that meeting. And so after I mentioned his name in that meeting, he was moved at TD Prime Services from trading equities to fixed income, and then eventually terminated. And so other individuals were terminated as well as part of the cover-up. But this is Ken Alton, who actually traded some of my trades. And so he's very familiar with what's going on because he also worked in the New York Stock Exchange. And he is familiar with also Rich Tulo's trades because he also facilitated the trading to foster the pump and dump fraud scheme. So just to be clear, I did not engage in any schemes. I was just witnessing that. Ken Alton only traded my clients' trades. And so when he did that, there was spoofing involved that he engaged in and Albert Fried engaged in, but that's a separate video. So let's see this exchange.
All we have to do is have a trade problem and we're all good.
Yeah. Richie, good news for you. By what you just closed out on, you got a really wonderful average going in now.
Yeah, it should be like
386. 386?
That's my average.
You wiped out the wash sale that was factored on the last average.
Yeah.
You wiped it out by an extra 1,000 shares. So
So my average on was about 15 is
15 overnight is 386. That's 15, not 16.
Yeah.
So good for you.
Fucking love the science of fucking trading. That's a.
Okay, if you didn't hear that, let's hear it again.
15 overnight is 386. That's 15, not 16.
Yeah.
So good for you.
Fucking love the science of fucking trading. That's a.
Okay, so he is basically not only boasting about engaging in the pump and dump, but the fact that he's made money, and he literally says, "I effing love the art of trading, the science of trading," right? So, love the science of trading, right? It's pretty self-explanatory that this guy knows that what he's doing is not only willful but malicious, but he doesn't care because that's what he knows that he can get away with, along with Anthony Kucinich, Ken Alton, Albert Fried, everybody that was familiar with it. So I'm the only one that recorded these schemes, pump and dump, front running, spoofing, manipulation, everything that that they've engaged in during the time that I was working there for the 3.5 years, from 2013 to 2017, when I was terminated by TD Securities, TD Prime Services, the new name. So I just want to post this video to show you an example of what they are scared of, in addition to the other videos that I will show the retaliation as well. So securities violations, securities fraud, tens of millions of dollars of just SFXE because they filed for bankruptcy. That's just one name. If you look at all the other names that he's done, it comes out to more than $100 million. When you look at, and that's only the 3.5 years I was there. So I don't know what else they were engaging in, but 10 years to this day, today is May 16, 2024, 10 years later, they're still retaliating against me because I am whistleblowing against their activities of not only securities violations and fraud, but post-termination retaliation, in addition to the retaliation for when I was there. So this individual, you will also see, also brought in guns. So not only is he bringing in guns into the office and buying and selling them, which is illegal, not only federal but New York state laws, which is also shown in my legal filings, but also he's engaging in securities violations and fraud, front running, pumping and dumping. And so this example of SFXE is just one of many. So hopefully this clarifies a lot when you're looking at some of the filings. There will be other videos of audio and video of Mr. Tullo and Anthony Kucinich and others that are engaging in such conduct.